As you know, we're proposing that Unification Movement did contribute to the peace in the Middle East. I must say, when I was looking at the definition of peace, I found 17 or 18 bits there in the dictionary. But one of them I would like to pick on is a state of mutual harmony between people or groups, especially in personal relations, to try to live in peace with your neighbors. I mean, this is a big thing, but I feel that Unification Movement has done quite a bit in that line. Unification Movement, on the direction of Reverend Samia Moon in 2003, started sending groups of people to the Middle East, that's Israel-Palestine, not only Unification Church members, but people from all faiths, all cultures, and all, what does that mean?
That's the first minute.
I do beg your pardon. All faiths, all cultures, and all races. Ambassadors of peace, friends of the members, neighbors. The doors were opened for one and all to join in these initiatives. Although they varied in nature of the groupings, still the intention was the same, that we go out there and we found out for ourselves what is going on the ground. People know about Middle East conflict, but they don't know what it's about. They cannot feel it, they cannot understand it unless they see it with their own eyes and experience it firsthand. So therefore, we took groups of people to see the situation, usually in Palestine. First sightseeing, a little bit of sightseeing, then go to Palestinian area, and see and meet people there and listen to them. And the next day go to Jerusalem again, and then go have another day in Tel Aviv, where we brought Israeli viewpoint, all from wide spectrum, from all the far left to the far right of the Israeli perspective about the peace, about the situation in Israel-Palestine conflict. And it was amazing for me to see that right there, sometimes in the Knesset itself, which is the parliament of Israel, you could see a point brought up in Palestine being questioned with the members of parliament of Israel. This in itself is a great thing, isn't it? But I would like to take a moment to tell you about what I feel is the greatest contribution to bringing an understanding, is that the people that go there, they will get so well educated about the situation because it is so firsthand. I mean, those are 10,000 people I'm talking about. Not one, not two, not three, but 10,000 people that went there who, before going, did not have that kind of an understanding about the situation. They got educated, they got first-hand experience, they got relationships going. First day, they see the misery of one area. Second day, they hear about the misery of the other area and the conflict. And then the third day, we bring reconciliation groups. Groups of people who bring hope. Because there's no point about talking about conflict if there is no hope. So therefore, these groups were so effective in explaining how they're trying to bring their pain into some real results. For example, Bereaved Family Forum, that are people that have, they've lost a child or a relative in this conflict, come together, and they've got at least 500 registered families of Israeli and Palestinians that work together to bring reconciliation, to understand the pain and to go beyond it and do something. What I was most impressed about is that the people in that group, you know, even thinking about it, I cannot but feel emotional, because it is such a touching thing to see people who've lost children want to bring peace and reconciliation. And for me, for the ambassadors of peace and the Unification Movement people, members, when they went home, they did not forget the situation. They did something about it. This is a positive and direct peace-bringing activity. What happens is that people see what's happening there is reconciliation possibility in Israel-Palestine. They go home to Birmingham, to London, to Belgium, I have examples from, and as well as San Marino and Italy, where people have taken the issue, have done things in their country with Israeli and Palestinians and for the cause. Here in London itself, we raised money for a Brief Family Forum twice, once in a church venue, I'm sure some of you came, and another time for El Tariq, which was another church venue actually, and we could substantially show the result. So I'm sure you get my point, brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. There's lots of goodness going there with Napi.
So thank you to Margaret for being the first proposition speaker. Now for the first opposition speaker, I would like